AEW Revolution, the first pay-per-view of 2021 for All Elite Wrestling. A weird pay-per-view, like we had some very good things, but then again there were some very poor stuff, regular. The ending was going to be spoke about for months, but today in my first video we're going to analyze or review every single match of AEW Revolution 2021. The first match of the night is Young Bucks versus the Inner Circle, representing MJF and Chris Jericho. The match started really slow with Jericho and MJF being the dominant team, but when Nick Jackson made the tag in, we got a quicker match with lots of action, really fast, really aerial movements like the Young Bucks always do. It was really fun when Nick got in the match, even if I like Matt more than Nick, to be fair. The rest of the match was actually pretty okay. The result was what I really expected, in fact, with Young Bucks retaining the titles over the Inner Circle. And what I really liked was that Chris Jericho took the pin. Yes, he's a legend, but he's on his way to the end of his career, and putting over MJF over Chris Jericho, I think is actually a really good decision to make for AEW. What would I really say about the match? It was okay. It was a good opener. I think I really like it. I barely see any good tag team matches outside of AEW, and they show us in Revolution why. My rating about this match, if we're going like Dave Meltzer ratings, I will give it a 3.5 stars. Yes, it was okay. Well, it had a lot of good moves and speed, action, but then again, the start with Jericho is just not the Chris Jericho we all know and love once. Am I right or not? What do you think? We go on with the second match, the Casino Battle Royal Tag Team match. It was, I mean, the whole match for me was bad, in fact. Yes, we had some good moments like Jungle Boy being the Iron Man of this match. The end in between Jungle Boy, Pac, and Rey Fenix was completely beautiful. Like, that was some great shit. I only see once Battle Royale that has ended this good, and that one is Shawn Michaels against The Undertaker in 2007. But this one was actually really good. But then again, in the whole match, to be fair, I don't think it was very good. So many botches, so many teams that may look like very weak, like Dark Order, Private Party, who was actually my contender, so wins this match. There's not much for me to go on into this match apart from the end, for what I think is really good. It was really good made. It was beautiful, in fact. But the whole match, I think I will give it like a 2.5 rating out of 5 stars. But the end between Jungle Boy and Rey Fenix, I think it deserves like a 3-star ratings. Like, it was very good, so many moves, action moves, even outside the ring. And the winners we got of this match were the Death Triangle, Pac and Rey Fenix, and they will go on into a match against the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Really good decision. I like it because still goes on with the Bullet Club against the Triangle rivalry, which I think could be actually really good. In fact, I think it could go pretty well for them.
Drama with both of us in the ring, we take it there. Settle me, though it means that we never scared.
The third match of the night was a AEW Women's World Title match. The champion Hikaru Shida facing off against Ryo Mizunami. I think is that how you say it. Which, let's be fair, AEW Women's Division is about dead as it is in every aspect. There's no good matches, there's not a star. I think they should start building Britt Baker and Tay Conti for this, but for the present, man, it just looks really, really bad. Like, this match wasn't any good. And yes, the tournament was also bad, I guess, with Rio taking over the tournament and winning herself this match against Hikaru Shida. But like, there's nothing for me to go around here, man. It's just, oh man, it was just so bad. Like, the moves didn't really fit well, and they didn't have like the chemistry. This woman, Rio Mizunami, I don't really have seen much about her, but man, she just looks so boring these days. For fuck's sake, like, I really got bored on this match. I put on my phone while I was watching this. It's not like what I want when I'm watching wrestling. In fact, like, man, it just looks pretty bad. What else? I don't like Hikaru Shida. I don't think she's a good champion. She's been with the title over, I think, 300 days. Yeah, she's been a really long time champion. It just look, man, I don't know. Think it's time for a new champion. Thank God it was in Rio. Think he's gonna be there, Thunder Rosa. Hopefully not Nila Rose, or maybe Britt could be next champion. I don't know if they pull out a signing out of the pocket like Tessa Blanchard. I don't know, man, but they really need a change for now. And this match really shows us that the AEW Women's Division needs a change for good, so it can become a good division and it can make AEW a really good overall show, so you don't have to watch this type of matches anymore. I'm sorry for Hikaru and I'm sorry for Rio, but man, I just got bored watching this match. What else can I say? Like, for me it was really bad. Like, ratings, 2 stars out of 5. To be nice, 2 stars out of 5. Or else I could put like 1.5 out of 5. Talking about boring stuff, the next match is the most boring man in the planet, Miro with Kip Sabian against best friends Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. Okay, first of all, we had a backstage attack for in hands of Miro and Kip Sabian, which I can't stand seeing Miro talk in a microphone again. Please, no, don't do it. Get a fucking manager, but don't put fucking Miro in the microphone again. He's bad. He's really bad in the microphone. Then in the match start with Miro attacking Chuck Taylor because Cassidy was down, even if Chuck Taylor got the hardest attack, which ended up him bleeding, but they only attack Cassidy with a body slam. I don't know what's the logic about this. Anyway, I think the only entertaining moment of the match was when Cassidy got in, like always showing this friendly squeeze style, mocking of Miro, which is something that I really appreciate. Please do it again. Keep mocking Miro and then beat his ass down. What else? One of the things that I think make this match important was when Miro pushed Cassidy against Penelope for attacking his best friend's wife, Kip Sabian's wife, which what can I say? Like, I hope Miro doesn't go over. Like, I swear, if Miro wins this rivalry and this beats Kip Sabian, I will be pissed off for so much, because the guy is just not good. He lost his career in 2015 when he lost against John Cena in WrestleMania 31. That's the truth. The guy is boring. He doesn't know how to do anything. He hasn't been involved in something good. And he fucking sucks at the microphone. Please stop making my ears suffer when Miro gets on the microphone. Get him a manager. That's all I ask. This match, again, 2 stars, because oh my gosh, just was freaking bad. Like, please don't show me this again. Move on.
I'm the best. I'm the best man.
After 3 poor matches, we get 2 Hangman Adam Page against Matt Hardy in a one-on-one match, which it actually surprised me and I thought it was good. I like it. First of all, I think Page is amazing. He's world champion material and he's great. He can do anything he wants in the ring. And then we got Matt Hardy, who is not at his prime, but he's also great. And the truth is the truth, like he will say it. The match actually went okay. We saw some outside of the ring action when fucking Hardy attack Page fingers with the stairs. That was absolutely perfectly done. When we saw Page getting into the action, controlling the match, we saw Private Party and Matt Hardy team from his brand defending Hardy. But then Dark Order is here to attack Private Party, which I think was great because I like Dark Order, I like Hangman Page, and I hope he can become a leader somewhat or an ally to Dark Order. That would be absolutely amazing. And after all of that, we saw Page taking up the victory against Hardy with his typical clothesline 1, 2, 3, a simple match, well done. I like the interference, very good. I think he will give it like a 3.5 out of 5. Like, I don't think this was never the intention to make an excellent match. I think it was more about building Page, his road to become champion. Yes, it's a very good start beating Matt Hardy because, well, Hardy is a legend. He's a former 2-time Impact World Champion. He's a tag team legend. He's a ex-champion in WWE, in so many companies. So I think it was a good start. Maybe we will get to see one more match in Double or Nothing for Page against Hardy. If not, I'm okay with that, and we can move on with Page having more rivalries until he finally comes face to face against Kenny Omega himself, which I think would be fantastic. Our next match is the ladder match for the face of the Revolution, a number 1 contender match for the TNT Championship of Darby Allin. We had Cody Rhodes, Penta El Medo, Max Caster, Scorpio Sky, Lance Archer, and the new debuting member of the AEW roster, Ethan Page, which I really like Page, except for his cinematical match against himself, which was really shit in Impact Wrestling. But apart from that, the match for me was actually good. I really enjoyed Penta in this match. The destroyer to Cody Rhodes on the ladder was absolutely beautiful, perfectly done. Lance showing his power, his monstrosity was really good. In fact, I like Scorpio. Ethan showing why he's really good in the ring. I really like him in this match. Caster, I know, don't see much about him, so I can't really tell if he was good or not, depending on his level. And lastly, this guy, I forgot who was the other one. I just fucking say who was. Cody Rhodes, that's it. Cody, who came in with an injured shoulder from his match against Shaquille O'Neal, which I think was good storytelling about it. But then again, I didn't really like when he came back and became all powerful and God. I think it was just the booking, it's himself, power, which I don't really like. But what I really like was the result. Scorpio Sky taking the victory and being number 1 contender for the TNT Championship. I think it was good. Don't really see Penta going for a title. Cody again, please no. Cody, move on. Go for the world title instead for the mid-card title. Lance Archer, please no. He's good, but I don't really see him beating Darby Allin. And Ethan Page, let's be fair, you just don't walk in and get yourself a title match. I don't think that's how it works. Max Caster, he's really a tag team guy, so I don't really think it would be genius to put him in a title match for the singles title. And lastly, the other guy, well, Scorpio Sky, which I think was actually pretty well done with him winning this match. The match, apart from Penta and Cody stuff, I think was actually good. I liked it, good action, using the ladders actually pretty well. And I will give this a rating 3.75 out of 5 stars. I think it was good, really like it. Excited to see Allin versus Sky for the title. I think that will be good.
We are the best.
Before the main event, we had this cinematic match and the debut of Sting in All Elite Wrestling. He was teaming up again with the TNT Championship. Darby Allin facing off Brian Cage and Ricky Starks from Team Taz. I think this match was actually great. It was really good. I'm not a fan of cinematic matches, to be honest. I find them like out of my wrestling enjoyment, for to say it like that, I guess. But like what I really enjoyed was that they didn't use this, like, let's put another cinematic match, for example, Taker against AJ in WrestleMania 26. Like, you will see this when the wrestler does a move against the other, like this current repetition, this loop for the movement, which I don't really like. But the rest for me was actually good. Like, it felt like you were watching it in live. Let's be fair, this wasn't recorded live. They probably have to take so many takes of this to do it. But I felt like they didn't need that much production. Like, only the camera changes, the drone. I think they had a drone when it was moving on top of them. But the rest, for the rest, felt natural. There were some really cool moments, like Darby jumping from the window to a cage, and that was freaking amazing. The stuff with the bat, when Darby threw the bat to Sting and he grabbed it and began to smash the shit out of everyone of Team Taz. The glass stuff, doors using the environment, the steps. It was actually really fun match. I really enjoyed it. And I think it was perfectly done for Sting. Let's be fair. Sting, I don't think he's going to have a normal match in AEW. Because if he does, he's probably going to end up in the hospital with many broken bones, with injuries, and probably ending his career for good. So I believe if we get to see Sting again, it's going to be another one of these cinematic matches, and like for time to time being a part-timer. As long as he doesn't get in any title picture, I'm cool with that. About the result, it was the third one. Sting and Darby Allin taking up the victory. I think this is the end for this feud. It's sad to not see Cage taking over the title, but I think Allin can do a pretty good job and be a good champion. Sting winning his AEW debut was just the perfect call, and Cage not taking the pin. It was Stark who got the pin. I think it was good because it still protects Cage's credibility and his rising to be the son of Wolverine and Ultimate Warrior. My star rating for the match, I would give it a 3.5. I give it less than Hardy vs Page because it was cinematical, and I appreciate more normal matches than cinematical matches.
I don't sleep cause my head's on fire. I hate creeps and I hate liars.
Main event time. Barbed wire death match. Jon Moxley against Kenny Omega. Holy fucking shit. This was amazing. It was beautiful. Hardcore. Blood everywhere. Moxley had his face covered in blood. Omega, his arms, his chest was just perfect. How they used the barbed wire, the explosions were perfectly done in this match. In the match, keep that in mind. Seeing Omega, like in this picture, take 2 explosions back to back, that was fucking amazing. It was actually my first touch with live stream wrestling. I love the match. I think it was actually really fucking cool. Like, these own moves. What I really liked the most was the one-winged angel. Omega did it on Moxley. He got the pin. 1, 2, and fucking Moxley kick the barbed wire to make an explosion to kick out of the one-winged action. That was fucking amazing. So it was like perfect ring awareness. Was actually pretty fucking cool, and it still keeps the no one kick it out of the one-winged angel ever, because technically he didn't. He like hit it in a way. The rest of the match was actually pretty cool. Then when Moxley threw himself and Omega to the a wire on side of the ring, that was freaking amazing. And Moxley then got stuck there, and hearing his screams, like, man, this was hard to watch. I was sitting while watching this, like, it was hard to watch. It was getting hard to watch for me because I never seen an stream match in full and live, but it was perfectly done. The match itself was amazing. I give it a 4-star rating. It was very good, but let's talk about what's next, and you all know what happened. After the match, they were going to set up this big explosion after the 30 minutes, which will basically end Moxley. It was a good idea. It was actually a really good idea. How they solved it, how the commenters began to say, get out, this is going to be dangerous. And it was actually preparing me for a really big emotion. But let's talk about first what happened, which I really think was a good idea to do. Eddie Kingston, who hasn't done nothing since his rivalry against Moxley, showed up ready to save his friend for this implosion. But I don't know what happened. But instead of an actual explosion, it looked like freaking Goldberg's entrance.
Eddie Kingston! What is Kingston doing out here? Oh, take cover! Get him over! No! Kingston!
What in the freaking hell was that? That was just so fucking funny, man. Like, they were preparing this like if it was a nuclear bomb, but then you have this fucking lights fly. And first of all, I thought like Omega was going to come out and mock Moxley and make fun of him, but they didn't do it. The commenters sold it like if it was a nuclear bomb. Eddie Kingston fucking stayed there lying on Moxley. Man, it was just so funny. Everything like, oh man, like, oh, how can... It was funny, but at the same time a big fucking kick in the nuts because it was so disappointing. Like, I was expecting this shit to blow up, to then set up an Omega against Kingston. Kingston faced him, but oh god, what did they do? What in the holy world happened? Like, no, it just doesn't make sense. I always try to think what happened here. Okay, my theory is that in the match they broke the explosions, which was understandable. Maybe they didn't want to make like 10 explosives for each corner. They just didn't want to put like 2 or 3, and I think that's what happened to keep safety from the wrestler, and so they didn't go in a career-ending match. But oh man, it was just so disappointing. I think AEW here missed the acting, the improvising technique. Like, in a moment like this, when this happens, Omega being a booker, because he's a booker, he could have come out and improvised like if it was a joke. Because this just, it killed Kingston, it killed Moxley, it killed the match, it killed the pay-per-view. Like, the pay-per-view is not going to be reminded by this fucking war these men just go, because they went to a fucking war. Just look at this fucking picture. It's going to be reminded like the day AEW fucked it up and didn't know how to set up their ending. That's going to be reminded that. So it's just disappointing. Like, I was expecting something really big to happen in a good feud between Kingston and Omega. Well, as it comes to the end, I'm going to give a whole rating instead of 5, out of 10 for the pay-per-view. And there were some good matches. There were some really bad matches. There was a really good match in the end, and whatever the fuck the ending was. So I'm going to be fair, 5 out of 10, because Without the ending, I would have given it a 7, but with the ending, it really goes down to a 5. Well, before saying goodbye, I would like to apologize for my English. I'm not a native English speaker, but I want to try. I'm going to study more English because I really want to develop this channel. I want to talk about wrestling. I want to be a wrestling journalist and a wrestling analyzer. So would appreciate if you guys understand this part. If you subscribe, that would be great. Like the video, I'm going to talk about AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, WWE, Impact, and all shows, do reactions, predictions. So please subscribe if you would like to see more videos in the future. Then once again, I apologize. It's just what happens. I'm going to study more. Well, see you the next time and enjoy the revolution.